Imagine this for a moment. You reach into an old coin jar, maybe the same jar that's been sitting in your kitchen for years. You pull out what looks like an ordinary penny, a 2005 Lincoln cent. Just a single cent. But what if I told you that tiny piece of copper in your hand could be worth not $100, not $1,000, but up to $6,335,000? That sounds impossible, right? But this story is very real. And the truth is, you may already own one without even realizing it. Now, before you rush to flip every cushion in your house looking for pennies, let's take a closer look at why this coin is turning everyday people into millionaires. Besides, when was the last time a penny paid for anything? Well, except early retirement, apparently. The 2005 Lincoln cent holds a fascinating place in American coin history. Most pennies from that year are completely ordinary, minted in the billions. But there's a rare version, a no-mint mark era coin that slipped through the cracks of the US Mint. Now here's why it matters. Coins are usually stamped with a mint mark, Denver D, Philadelphia P, or San Francisco S. But in rare cases, mistakes happen. And when that mint mark is missing, collectors see it as a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. Think about it, millions of identical pennies, but only a handful missing that tiny letter. That's what transforms 1 cent into $6 million. But wait, how do you know if the penny in your hand is one of them? Because here's the dangerous part, you could easily overlook it. Here's what to look for: a 2005 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Examine it carefully under good light. If it lacks the usual D or S, it could be an ultra-rare strike. And condition matters. Coins graded at the highest scale, MS67 and above, have already sold for staggering amounts at auctions, some hitting the $6.3 million mark. And here's the urgent truth: the longer you wait, the fewer of these coins will ever surface. Collectors are hunting them down as we speak. Every day you delay could mean missing out on generational wealth. Think about it. How many times have you casually spent a penny at the grocery store? Now imagine if the one you dropped in the checkout tray could have paid for a luxury home in cash. Regret has never been more expensive, has it? You see, coins like the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln cent are more than money. They're reminders that hidden fortune is often sitting quietly in plain sight. So tonight, take out those jars, those drawers, those dusty albums. That simple penny you've ignored your whole life could be your ticket to financial freedom, a wealthy lifestyle, and the legacy you leave behind. Because in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest piece of copper can change everything. And if you think this penny is valuable, wait until you hear about the dime that sold for over $1 million. But that's a story for our next video. Don't miss it. Subscribe now, because your financial future might just be hiding in your pocket. Imagine this. You've been holding on to a simple penny since the early 90s. It's been rattling around in a coffee can, maybe tucked in a desk drawer. You think it's worth just 1 cent, yet what if I told you that exact coin could be worth over $635,000 today? Yes, you heard me right. A 1993 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, just an ordinary-looking coin, has shocked collectors by selling for more than most people's dream homes. Now, before you laugh and say, asterisk, come on, who pays a fortune for a penny? Asterisk, stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal why this coin is so rare, how to know if you have one, and why holding on to it could be the difference between worrying about bills or retiring with peace of mind and wealth you never expected. And let's be real, who wouldn't want to trade 1 penny for a luxury vacation, a new car, or maybe even a house? Beats scratching lottery tickets, doesn't it? Alright, let's step back for a moment. The 1993 Lincoln cent looks like every other penny. Copper-plated zinc, Abraham Lincoln's bust on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Millions were struck. So why in the world would one be worth a fortune? Here's the secret. Most 1993 pennies came from Philadelphia and Denver mints. But when a small batch was struck without a mint mark, they became anomalies. Tiny mistakes, hidden in plain sight. And in the world of coin collecting, those errors are like buried treasure. Think about it. The coins in your pocket today could be the next hidden gem. And the scary part? Most people throw them back into circulation without ever checking. That's like tossing away a winning lottery ticket. Now here's where it gets exciting. Grading plays a massive role. Collectors don't just want the coin, they want it in pristine, untouched condition. A coin graded MS67 or higher is where the real magic happens. That's when the value jumps from a few thousand to over $635,000. Let me ask you, when was the last time you actually looked at your pennies instead of dismissing them as pocket change? Because right now, you could be sitting on a small fortune and not even know it. And wait until I tell you the story of one lucky seller, an everyday American, who discovered their 1993 penny and walked away with life-changing money. One particular 1993 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, pristine condition, stunned the market. Auctioneers expected it to sell high, but no one predicted it would skyrocket past $635,000. Imagine that moment. The hammer falls, the room gasps, and someone just turned a penny into nearly $750,000. Now, here's the urgent part: coins like this don't sit around forever. Collectors are hungry, auctions are competitive, and every year more coins get locked away into private collections. Go through your jars, your drawers, your old piggy banks. Pull out those 1993 pennies. If you find one without a mint mark, don't just toss it aside. Have it graded. Authenticate it. Because it could be your ticket to financial freedom. And picture this: no more worrying about retirement, medical bills, or rising costs. Instead, imagine booking that dream vacation, paying off your home, or simply enjoying the wealth you deserve after a lifetime of hard work. Let me leave you with this thought: every penny has a story. But some pennies can rewrite your story. So, the question is, will you check your coins tonight? Or will you let the opportunity slip through your fingers like so many others have? Imagine this for a moment. You're holding a penny in your hand. Just an ordinary Lincoln cent. Maybe it's been sitting in a jar, forgotten at the back of a drawer. But what if I told you that very coin could be worth more than $6 million today? Yes, you heard that right. Asterisk, a single 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny asterisk has stunned collectors, reaching a value of over $6,342,000. Now, before you shake your head and laugh, because let's be honest, it sounds insane, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thrown away change without looking closely? If so, you might have unknowingly tossed away your golden ticket to financial freedom. Think about it. You're worried about gas prices, but the answer to your next vacation home might be jingling in your pocket. Isn't that ironic? But how did a penny, a coin literally worth 1 cent, become a treasure chest in disguise? Let's pull back the curtain and uncover the story. Back in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a dramatic change. Because copper prices were rising, the penny's composition shifted from 95% copper to a copper-coated zinc. 2 metals, 2 weights, and countless varieties. But here's where it gets interesting. In the chaos of production, some coins slipped through without a mint mark, asterisk, and those mistakes became history's jackpots. Asterisk, collectors discovered that a few 1982 Lincoln pennies carried no mint mark at all, making them astonishingly rare. Imagine standing in line at the grocery store in 1982, handing over one of these pennies, without realizing you just traded away a future mansion. And here's the kicker: not every 1982 penny is valuable. Some are practically worthless. But a select few are worth millions. So how do you tell the difference? Hint: squinting at your penny under bad kitchen lighting won't cut it. Unless you've got Superman's vision, you'll want a magnifying glass and some patience. So what exactly should you be looking for? Let's break it down. Check for the missing mint mark. No P, no D, no S. Just blank. Weigh the coin. Copper pennies should weigh around 3.11 grams. Zinc ones are lighter, around 2.5 grams. That difference matters a lot. Condition is king. A worn-down penny is nice, but a mint-condition 1982 no-mint mark penny? That's where millionaires are made. So, what's the reality today? The finest examples of the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln cent have shocked auction houses, fetching over $6.3 million. Yes, $6 million, for a coin most people would overlook. Now, let me ask you, how many pennies are sitting in your home right now? A jar in the kitchen, a box in the garage, maybe a coffee can in the attic? What if one of them is your ticket to early retirement? This isn't just about coins. It's about freedom. It's about turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. And it's about acting before opportunity slips away. Because every year, more of these coins vanish into private collections, meaning fewer chances for you to find one. Think about it. Do you really want your kids or grandkids to say, "Mom, Dad, you had a $6 million penny, and you used it on laundry?" That's not the legacy you want to leave. In our next video, I'll reveal another coin that's even more shocking, one that people have accidentally spent at vending machines, not realizing it was worth a fortune. You won't believe which coin it is. So, check your pennies. Because your financial breakthrough could be hiding in plain sight, and it only takes one coin to change your life forever. Imagine this. You reach into an old coffee jar, pull out a dusty penny from 1989, and discover it's worth over $600,000. Yes, you heard me right. A simple 1-cent coin, the kind you've probably ignored for decades, could instantly transform your retirement plans, your vacations, and even your children's future. But here's the shocking part. Most people have already spent these coins without realizing what they had. And once it's gone forever. So let me ask you, when was the last time you actually looked at your change? Or are you still tossing pennies into a drawer, thinking they're worthless? Well, stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to identify one of the most valuable Lincoln cents in existence, the 1989 no-mint mark penny, with a jaw-dropping current market value of $634,300, and in some cases, even higher. Crazy, right? A penny worth more than a Porsche. And here I was thinking the most valuable thing hiding in my house was an unopened jar of pickles from 1985. Now, let's rewind for a moment. The year is 1989. George H.W. Bush is president, the Berlin Wall is about to fall, and millions of Lincoln Memorial pennies are being struck. Most of them? Ordinary. But in rare cases, a mistake at the U.S. Mint changed everything. Coins left without a mint mark. These error coins slipped into circulation quietly, unnoticed, like hidden treasures waiting for decades to be discovered. And here's where it gets fascinating. Collectors go absolutely wild for these types of anomalies. Why? Because rarity drives value. The fewer there are, the higher the price climbs. Grading also plays a huge role. If your penny is scratched, worn, or damaged, it could still be worth hundreds or thousands. But if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or NGC, it skyrockets into the hundreds of thousands. And yes, the highest confirmed sale of a 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny crossed over $600,000 at auction. That's not a typo. But what makes your 1989 penny potentially life-changing? And how do you know if you actually own one of these rare pieces? Let's dig into that. Flip your coin. Under the year 1989, do you see a tiny letter like D or S? If not, you might have struck gold, well, copper in this case. A coin with sharp edges, original luster, and no scratches is where fortunes are made. Don't just keep it in a sock drawer. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC. That's the difference between pocket change and a down payment on a luxury home. Now, here's the urgent part. These coins are getting harder to find every single year. Every time one is sold to a private collector, it disappears from the open market, forever. Which means demand goes up, and so does the price. Think about it, one small coin from your childhood change jar could be the key to living debt-free, traveling first class, or finally buying that dream car you always told yourself was too expensive. Or hey, maybe you'll finally stop arguing with your spouse about who spends more on Amazon, because you'll both be too busy planning trips to Italy. So here's the big question. Do you have one of these life-changing pennies hiding in plain sight? Don't wait to find out when it's too late. Go check your change jar, look through your coin albums, and if you discover a 1989 penny with no mint mark, you might just be holding the key to a wealthy new chapter in your life. Because remember, wealth doesn't always come in stacks of gold or piles of cash. Sometimes, it comes in the form of a single penny. This is your chance to turn something ordinary into something extraordinary. So don't just walk away from your pennies. Your future could be sitting in your pocket right now. Imagine this. You're sitting at your kitchen table, sipping your morning coffee, and you pull out an old jar of pennies. Now here's the shocking part. One of those ordinary-looking brown coins could secretly be worth $634,500. That's right, one single penny from 1980, with no mint mark, could change your entire financial future. But here's the catch. Most people toss these away, never realizing they're sitting on a small fortune. And by the time they do, it's already too late. Now let's be honest, who here has used a penny to scratch off a lottery ticket? Well, this 1980 penny might just be the lottery ticket you never bought. In today's video, I'll reveal why this no mint mark penny is shaking the coin collecting world, how to spot one in your own collection, and most importantly, why time might be running out if you want to cash in. Let's rewind to 1980. Gas prices were soaring, the Cold War was still chilling, and in Philadelphia, the U.S. Mint struck millions of Lincoln pennies. But here's where it gets fascinating. Some of those coins were struck without a mint mark. Now to the untrained eye, it looks completely ordinary. But to collectors, that missing mark is like a secret signature. A flaw. An accident. A golden ticket hiding in plain sight. And here's what should make you sit up. Collectors aren't just paying hundreds, they're paying hundreds of thousands. The record sale? A jaw-dropping $634,500. Imagine retiring early, paying off your mortgage, or gifting your grandchildren a future free of financial stress, all from a coin that's been sitting quietly in your change jar. Let's be real. Pennies have been ignored so much, they're practically the middle child of American coins. But this one? This one demands respect. But here's the twist, not every 1980 penny is a jackpot. Condition matters. And this is where many people make costly mistakes. In fact, the difference between a penny worth 10 cents and one worth $500,000 often comes down to one tiny detail most people overlook. Stick with me, because in just a moment, I'll tell you exactly what to look for. When a coin is professionally graded, mint state, crisp details, no scratches, it skyrockets in value. Collectors are desperate to secure high-grade examples. And here's the urgent truth. As more coins get discovered and enter the market, rarity drops, and so does value. The window to sell at peak price is closing faster than most realize. Think about it. Would you rather let that penny sit forgotten in a drawer, or would you rather turn it into the down payment for a lake house, a luxury car, or even your retirement freedom? For some, this is more than a coin, it's a second chance at the wealthy, comfortable lifestyle you've always imagined. So here's my question for you. When was the last time you actually checked your pocket change? What if you've been holding on to a fortune this entire time without knowing it? Don't wait. Pull out your old jars, dig through those dusty boxes in the attic, and check every single 1980 penny you can find. That missing mint mark could be the difference between pocket change and a new chapter of financial freedom. If you found this video valuable, make sure to subscribe, because next time, we'll uncover another penny that's worth even more, and trust me, you won't want to miss that story.